Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless, the show where the aim of the game is to avoid obvious answers and find the obscure ones. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Emma, this is Adam, and we're friends and neighbours from South London.
Couple number two.
My name's Tom, this is Dewi. We're mates from Cardiff.
Couple number three.
My name's Erica, this is my mum Sandra, and we're from Newcastle.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Dave from Cumbernauld. This is my son David from Gourock.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll get to know more about each of you throughout the show as it goes along. So that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's the #1 Googled celebrity in his house. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Hiya. Afternoon.
And to you.
That was a fun show last time, wasn't it?
That was a good show.
With John and Ollie somehow managed to get through to the jackpot round. Almost won as well, didn't they? They got a 1-pointer in the jackpot round. It was very, very, very close. They beat Erica and Sandra in the head-to-head, but Erica and Sandra are a very, very good team, just to let the other three pairs know. Emma and Adam, nice to have neighbours on the show.
Yeah.
That's quite a nice thing, isn't it?
It's quite rare, isn't it?
And last podium, Dave and David. I like a man who calls his son after himself. Don't you? That tells you a certain something. We'll find out what it tells us as the show goes on, I'm sure. Round one is the sort of one it's going to be just brilliant for some people. Brilliant for some people at home will love it, and some people are just going to hate it.
OK, which am I, do you think?
I don't think you're going to like it.
OK. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, all of today's questions have been put to 100 people before the show, and our contestants are on the hunt for one of those all-important pointless answers. One of the answers our 100 people couldn't get, and each time that happens, obviously, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. John and Ollie didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, now, the pair with the highest score at the end of this round will be eliminated. Also, do remember there is to be no conferring during the round itself. OK, our first category today is boxing. Boxing. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many world heavyweight champions as they could. World heavyweight champions. Richard.
We're looking for the name of anyone who's been world heavyweight champion from July 1921 all the way through to September 2012, please. So any world heavyweight boxing champion sanctioned by the WBA, the WBC, the WBO or the IBF. So those are all the big world champions. So from July 1921 all the way through to September 2012. Very, very best of luck. Good luck at home as well.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Adam and Emma, you all drew lots before the show, and today you're going to go first. You and Emma, you're neighbours?
Yes.
Absolutely next-door neighbours or over-the-road neighbours?
No. So we used to live about 5 minutes away from each other, and now we live about 10 minutes away. But I know Emma through Liz, who's Emma's sister. I went to university with her. So that's how we actually know each other, and now we're neighbours.
So you knew each other first, then?
Yes.
One of you recommended the area.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Me and my friend Liz moved to Balham and told Emma she should come as well. So she did.
Now then, Adam. Boxing.
Yes.
Do you follow it at all?
I know a couple, but I don't know if they're heavyweights or not.
Yeah, I was worried
and whether or
about
not they were champions. So
yeah.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark at Vladimir Klitschko.
Vladimir Klitschko. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's right, Adam. Still going down, Adam. Still going down. 5. What a neighbourly gesture there, Emma.
Wow.
He's left you 5. This is good. Vladimir Klitschko.
Well played, Adam. Great start. I would not advise taking a stab in the dark at Vladimir Klitschko, though. You'd end up on your back. Yeah, he's been world champion by all the different organising bodies. Still world champion now.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, Tom, welcome to the show.
Thank
Good
you.
to have you here from Cardiff.
That's right.
This is great. We've just had seamless Cardiff representation across these shows. Tom, what do you do?
I work for an educational charity in Cardiff Bay. We aim to engage young people and the public with science and maths, that sort of stuff.
And how's that going? Are you finding them engaged?
Swimmingly.
That
For
is
me
good.
personally, I like to think they're engaged as well.
How long have you been involved?
about a year and a half.
And over the last year and a half, the graph goes like that.
The graph goes up. I've recently been promoted. I've now got a new job there, so...
This is fantastic. We're still within the same
within
department.
the same
There's still
department, but
yeah.
behind a desk now. Less work in the field, if you like.
Good stuff. Tom, boxing.
Yes.
World heavyweight champion.
Boxing's not the best, but I'm going to have a stab at Lennox Lewis.
Lennox Lewis, says Tom. Lennox Lewis. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Lennox Lewis. It's right. Well, fives are low and high score at the moment. 27 for Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis retired as heavyweight champion in 2004.
Now, Erica, welcome back to the show. Now, last time, what a performance. Through you went to the head-to-head, almost like you were on casters. You knew some low-scoring answers, and you just didn't quite have the pointless neck to come out with them. Pointless neck, I've never said that before. 650-odd shows.
Being too cautious, I think, last time.
I think you were.
So,
I think you were playing a little bit cautiously. Luckily, it's boxing now, though, Erica, the time for caution is behind us, I think.
I don't even know how you say it, really, the guy's name. Is it Evander Holyfield?
Evander Holyfield, you're going to say it? Evander Holyfield says, Erica, let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. It's absolutely right. Very well done, Erica. 27 our high score, 5 our low. Well, you passed 27 with flying colours, nearly down to 5. Very well done, Erica. That's a great answer. Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, Evander Holyfield, very good answer. Yeah, the only boxer to win the title 4 times, regained it 3 times. They call him the real deal.
The real deal.
Because he's from Deal in Kent, so that's where he was born.
Yeah. Dave, welcome.
Hello.
Cumbernauld.
Yes.
What do you get up to in Cumbernauld, Dave?
Well, I've retired now. I've been retired for 7 years.
What did you do?
I was a senior control engineer with one of the power companies in Scotland.
OK, and what do you do now with your retirement?
Very little, actually. It's a very sedentary retirement, but I quite enjoy driving. So we have a touring caravan, so we tour around bits of this country, and I've driven a fair bit abroad as well. So I do enjoy my cars and driving.
OK, do you enjoy your boxing, Dave?
Not particularly, no. I think I'll try Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey, says Dave. Jack Dempsey. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. It's right. So, again, 27, still our high. 5, still our low. You passed 27. You passed 5. 4. A new low score, Dave. Very well done indeed. 4 for Jack Dempsey.
Yeah, taking us right back there. He was world champion between 1919 and 1926, Jack Dempsey. The Manasseh Mauler.
The Nasser Mauler.
Manasseh.
Where's Manasseh?
Manasseh, it's just east of Deal, so it's a lovely little village just near the Cinque Ports. No, it's in Colorado.
Colorado. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 4, the best score of that pass, Dave. Very well done to you. Then up to 5, where Adam and Emma are. Up to 8, where Erica and Sandra are. And Tom and Dewi. 27. I thought that was a good answer, but it was quite a high score. So, Dewi, a low answer from you might be enough. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? David, we are looking for the name of anyone who became world heavyweight champion. There we are. You're on 4, thanks to your father's brilliant answer there, Jack Dempsey. Dave, what do you do?
I run my own business, selling art and prints through a website that I run.
How long have you done that for?
Around about 4 years now.
Would you want to have a gallery at any stage?
I don't think I want a gallery. Galleries sell original prints, original paintings, and I don't think I want that. But a shop doing art prints and gifts and crafts and things like that, yeah, I could see me doing that.
Sounds good.
So.
OK, well, David, listen, you're on 4. The high score is on 27 at Dewi and Tom, so if you can score 22 or less.
Yeah, it's trying to decide now how you play it, because with such a good score, there's a temptation to go safe. But I have a name in my mind, and I think I'm going to just go for it.
Go on.
And I'm going to go for Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.,
yes.
says David.
Yes.
OK, now then, it's red line time. We have a target for you, and there it is. If you can get below that red line, you're in round 2. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. Oh, no, David. Oh, bad luck. I'm sorry to say that is an incorrect answer. It sounded brilliant to me, but What do I know? That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 104.
Sorry, David, one of the greatest boxers of all time, Floyd Mayweather Jr., certainly one of the richest boxers of all time, but not a heavyweight. It's not even close to a heavyweight, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Thanks, Richard. Now then, Sandra, welcome back. Now, how happy are you with this as a round, generally?
I know nothing about boxing.
OK, but didn't Erica do well, though?
Didn't she, though? Very well.
Didn't she do well?
Yes.
So remind us what you get up to, Sandra. What occupies you?
I'm retired at the moment, and I've never been busier in my life.
Yeah. What chiefly occupies your time?
I do a lot of courses. I play piano. I swim. I enjoy myself thoroughly.
Good stuff. Until this boxing question
Until
came
this came up, yes.
OK. Well, listen, you only have to score 95 or less.
OK, I'll go for Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, says Sandra. Mike Tyson. Here's your red line, nice and high. He doesn't have to travel far to get you into the next round. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said Mike Tyson. It's right and you're through.
Oh, my goodness.
46. Very well done. 54, your total.
Very well played, yeah. One of the most iconic heavyweight champions of all time. I was with a guy the other day called Steve Bunce, who's a boxing journalist and commentator and stuff. And he knows Tyson, has met Tyson a number of times. Oh, he told me some stories. Just extraordinary stuff. Quite a man.
What a man. Now then, Dewi, tell us what you do, Dewi.
Oh, I'm a guitarist. I do write and perform original music, but at the moment doing a lot of Spanish flamenco. Basically, I'm the guy in the corner playing in fancy restaurants.
So you're a classical guitarist?
Yeah, classical.
Here's a question. Do you turn up with a little stool? Do you bring a stool to put your foot on?
No, and I think I'm probably worse off for it. My arm's got
Hey, you should.
starting to get a weird twitch.
If you win, the
I can buy all the
jackpot-
stools I want.
Well, not all the stools you want. The jackpot's not that big, and those stools aren't cheap. But you could get yourself a stool, certainly.
A fancy stool.
A little
yeah.
stool, a fancy stool to go with a fancy restaurant. Be good. OK, but first, you have to win.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a risk or not, but he's a big guy, so he might be world heavyweight. Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier, says Dewi.
Joe Frazier, I think.
Joe Frazier. Anyway, there is your red line. Get below that, you're in the second round. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Joe Frazier. It's absolutely right. And you are through. Well done, Dewi. 26. Not a bad score at all. Takes your total up to 53. Very well done.
Smoking Joe Frazier, in fact, yeah, terrific fighter. Most famously lost the Thriller in Manila to someone we won't mention.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Emma. Emma, you are most of the way through. You are literally 98 or less. We'll see you step into the paradise that is round 2. Now, Emma, what do you do?
I'm on maternity leave at the moment.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How much longer do you have on maternity
I
leave?
have another 3 months left.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And when you finish your maternity leave, what will you return
I
to?
am an operations officer in the NHS. So I manage the postgraduate training of doctors and dentists.
Right. OK, and how is the obstetrics on the delivery ward?
It was superb, absolutely
No
superb. And I
complaints
kept
there.
telling them who I worked for and that I was responsible for whether they passed the year or not. So I don't think that had any impact on the service I received there.
No, good, good. Well, now, boxing. World heavyweight boxing champions is what we want, Emma. It's not asking a lot. And 98
Yeah.
or less sees you through.
All of the things that I could think of have gone, apart from one, and it's either really obvious or it's wrong, or it's a famous boxer, and I just have no idea whether he was heavyweight or... he's just really famous, so I'm just going to go for it and just cross my fingers and say Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali, says Emma. Muhammad Ali. OK. Your red line is about to appear at the top of the column there. He really does not have to travel far to get you into the second round. He just has to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find out. Muhammad Ali, is it right? It's right. Well done. 75. Takes your total up to 80. Very well done indeed, Emma.
Yeah, the most famous heavyweight of all time, the most famous boxer of all time, the greatest of them all, Muhammad Ali. 75 points sees you safely through. Let's take a look at the pointless answers, and I'll mention a few more as we go. The South African Jerry Coetzee would have been a pointless answer, as would Francois Botha. Hasim Rahman, who beat Lennox Lewis in a shock, he was a pointless answer. A Brit who won one of the versions of the title, Henry Akinwande, was a pointless answer. Herbie Hyde, who won a title at a similar time, was 3 points. James Bone Crusher Smith was a pointless answer. That's a good nickname, isn't it? Michael Moore, the first southpaw to win the title, was a pointless answer. Michael Spinks was a pointless answer. Leon Spinks would have scored you 11 points. Oliver McCall, who lost his title to Frank Bruno, was a pointless answer. Bruno would have scored you 26 points. Riddick Bowe, who was undisputed champion for a while, he was a pointless answer. And Trevor Berbick, who beat Ali in his last ever fight, he was a pointless answer. Let's take a look at the top three, the ones that most of our 100 people said. A couple of these will be familiar names there. Lennox Lewis, 27. Mike Tyson, 46. And Muhammad Ali, on 75.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair heading home with a high score of 104. It's David and Dave. Yeah. Well, what a shame to be saying goodbye to you, but David, that was a good wrong answer.
Boxing was never going to be a strong suit for me. I knew the name. I thought it sounds reasonably obscure, so it was worth a chance, but perhaps you'd have played it a bit safer.
Well, it all bodes very well for the next time we see you, David and Dave. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. But meantime, thanks very much for playing. David and Dave.
Thank you very much.
But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. And so three pairs remain. Obviously, at the end of this round, we'll be saying goodbye to another pair in time for our head-to-head round. Well done, everyone. We made it through. Erica, Sandra, that was great. Very, very well done. Some good answers there. Emma and Adam, of our remaining pairs, you obviously ended up with the highest score overall, but you also scored, Adam, the lowest score, the lowest individual score of any of our answers. So very, very well done. Very best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two is fictional companies. Fictional companies. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns fictional companies on TV. Fictional companies on TV, Richard.
On each pass, we're going to show you the names of 6 fictional companies. You need to tell us the TV series in which they first appeared, please. There's going to be 12 TV series to guess at home. Very best of luck.
OK, thanks very much indeed. So let's reveal our 6 fictional companies, and here they come. Globalink News, Wernham Hogg, Sterling Cooper, Ewing Oil, Pear Tree Productions, and Hammond Transport Services. I'll read those all one last time. Globalink News, Wernham Hogg, Sterling Cooper, Ewing Oil, Pear Tree Productions, and Hammond Transport Services. There we are. Now, Emma, remember, we're looking for the title of the TV show in which these companies first appeared.
Yeah, know a few of them. There's one, I know what it relates to. I'm just not sure which version of the show it was in, if that makes sense. Well, it will when it's out. Pear Tree Productions, I think was I Am Alan Partridge.
I'm Alan Partridge, you're saying. OK, let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Very well done indeed, Emma. Good answer. I'm Alan Partridge. 3, that scores.
Great start, Emma. Great start to the second round. One of the best TV series of all time, I would say, I'm Alan Partridge.
Yeah. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Dewi, what about this board? Is this a slightly better round for you?
Oh, much better than boxing. It's a relief. I know 3 for definite, I would say. The hard bit is thinking what the British public would know. I'm going to go with Sterling Cooper, which I think is the advertising company in Mad Men.
Mad Men, yes. Says Dewi for Sterling Cooper. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Mad Men. It's right. Seven. Another good answer, another low score, Dewi. Well done.
Yeah, exactly right. Won Golden Globe for Best Television Series 3 years in a row, Mad Men.
There we are. Now, Sandra, you are the last person to have this board.
Yes.
How are you finding it, by the way?
I know one.
Good.
Ewing Oil is Dallas. Wernham Hogg, I would take a wild guess and say the IT crowd, but I'm not going to go for that. And I'm sorry, I don't know the other 2.
Which one are you going to go for, then?
Ewing Oil, Dallas.
Ewing Oil, Dallas, says Sandra. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Dallas. It's right. 84.
Very safe.
Kind of safe, yes. 84 for Dallas.
That is a big scorer, but, you know, if it's the one you know, it's the one you know. Now, if you'd said IT crowd for Wernham Hogg, you'd have got 100. That's Renham Industries in IT crowd. Wernham Hogg is The Office. Would have scored you 14. Global Link News, do you remember that one?
Is that Drop the Dead Donkey?
It's Drop the Dead Donkey, yeah. Would have scored you 9 points. And down the bottom from the 70s, Hammond Transport Services was in The Brothers. Well done if you said that, 7 points. There's some low scorers there. Best answer on the board, I'm Alan Partridge.
Thanks very much. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Well done, Emma and Adam. Lovely low scoring from you, Emma. Very well done indeed. Then up to 7 where we find Dewi and Tom. Then I'm afraid it's quite a journey up to 84 where we find you, Sandra and Erica. So, Erica, you get first use of the new board. So make sure you find something nice and low scoring on that. And maybe that will be enough to see you through. We never know. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more fictional companies up on the board, and here they come. We've got Slate Rock and Gravel Company, Fenner Fashions, Trotters Independent Trading, Spacely Space Sprockets, Jupiter Mining Corporation, and Baldwin's Casuals. I'll read those one last time. Slate Rock and Gravel Company, Fenner Fashions, Trotters Independent Trading, Spacely Space Sprockets, Jupiter Mining Corporation, and Baldwin's Casuals. Now, remember, we're looking for the title of the TV show in which these companies first appeared. And, Erica, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now, how is that board?
It's not great. It really is not great at all. I'm going to take a risk, which we didn't do last time, and I'm going to go for the 4th one, the Spacely Space Sprockets, and guess that it's Futurama.
Futurama, says Erica. Futurama for Spacely Space Sprockets. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Futurama. No red line for you as you're the highest scorers. Oh, bad luck. I'm sorry, Erica. An incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points, gives you a total of 184.
That's unlucky, Erica, but well done for taking a risk. That's exactly the right thing to do. They've got a career company, haven't they, on Futurama, rather than the Sprocket company. Thanks
very much. Now, Tom, good news, you're through.
That is good news. That is good news.
How do you find the board?
This is not a great board. I'll be honest, I would have preferred the first pass. I only know the one on this board. That'll be the 3rd one down. Trotters Independent Trading, I'm going to have to say Only Fools and Horses.
Only Fools and Horses. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Only Fools and Horses. No red line, you're already through. 75. Takes your total up to 82.
Yeah, perfectly good answer. Sees you safely through. A car, the 3-wheeler, is in a museum in Keswick.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now, Adam. Again, last person to have this board. It is a tricky board, this one, I think.
It's a really tricky board, so I'm pleased that I don't need to score anything to get through.
No, you don't. You don't. You are through whatever you score. But do you fancy having a shot at any of them? Talk us through
the only
them?
one that I knew was Only Fools and Horses. Slate Rock and Gravel Company, maybe Fraggle Rock. Fenner Fashions, Ugly Betty, maybe, because that's about a fashion company. Don't know the others at all, so I'll take a stab at Ugly Betty for Fenner Fashions.
OK, Ugly Betty, Fenner Fashions. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. No red lines, you're already through. No. An incorrect answer scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 103, but you're already through, so it's all fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, to go for something, but Fenner Fashions, actually, it's a 70s show. It's the Rag Trade, which I know some people at home would have got. Would have scored 13. The Slate Rock and Gravel Company, it's not the Fraggles. Do you know that one? You know this one.
It is the Flintstones.
The Flintstones,
It is,
yeah.
Hooray, good.
That would have scored 18. Now, Spacely Space Sprockets, not Futurama, not a million miles away, actually. It's a futuristic animation. It's the Jetsons. Would have scored 3. Jupiter Mining Corporation, my son will be screaming at the telly at this moment. It's Red Dwarf. Would have scored 9. And Baldwin's Casuals, everybody knows, I think. It's Coronation Street. And would have scored 50 points, big scorer. So the best answer on that board is the Jetsons. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our second round, I'm afraid to say it's Erica and Sandra head-to-head as you were last time. This time, I'm afraid it's round 2. It's been brilliant having you on the show. I'm sorry, they were quite tough, those.
Very.
Did it help? I mean, did you know any once you were nudged, i.e. when the answer went up on the board?
No.
No. Well, that's OK. I mean, maybe that's a relief. Anyway, it's been lovely having you on both shows. Thank you for playing, Erica and Sandra. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Dewi and Tom, Emma and Adam. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. Well, now we have to decide who's going to play for that money, go through to the final, and to do that, you are now going to go head-to-head. The difference, obviously, is now that you are allowed to confer before you give your answers, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well done, Dewi and Tom. Lovely low scoring, nice consistent low scoring across the rounds. But Emma and Adam, in the first round, Adam, you gave the lowest scoring answer. In the second round, Emma, you gave the lowest scoring answer. So now you can confer. Maybe you'll be the low scorers. Who knows? Either way, I think this is going to be very, very close, very exciting. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question. And it concerns famous Martins. Famous Martins, Richard.
We're going to show you 5 pictures now of famous people called Martin. You just have to give us the most obscure answer, please. We're going to need first name and surname.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 famous Martins, and here they come. A. B. C. D. And E. There we are, 5 famous Martins. Dewi and Tom, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you will go first.
Well, I know 2. Yeah. Yeah, C's going to be better than D.
Oh, yeah.
OK.
We only know 2 of them, C and D. We got a feeling D is going to be the higher, so we're going to say C is Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese, say Dewi and Tom. Martin Scorsese. Now then, Emma and Adam, do you fancy talking us through the rest of the board?
Oh, if only we could. Don't know A or E at all. We knew C, and I think B is maybe a Northern Irish politician of some kind. I've got it in my head, but I can't access that information. So we're going to go for D as Martin Luther King Jr.
Martin Luther King. So we have Martin Scorsese, we have Martin Luther King. Dewi and Tom, you think the one you went for, Martin Scorsese, will be the lowest scorer? Let's find out. Is it Martin Scorsese? Is right. $25. 25. Now, Emma and Adam, you've said Martin Luther King for D. Martin Luther King. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. Was Martin Scorsese the right one for Dewi and Tom to have gone for? It's right. There's your answer. Yes, it was. Dewi and Tom, very well done indeed. After 1 question, you are up 1-0.
Yeah, pleasingly high score for Martin Luther King, that, isn't it? Not pleasing, I know, for Emma and Adam, but you know what I mean. You are right that B is a Northern Irish politician, currently Deputy First Minister of Northern Ireland. It's Martin McGuinness. Would have scored you 35 points. It looks like you're going to look like when you're old.
Yeah, no, I've looked quite like him for a lot of my life.
A is, do you know A?
Martin Amis.
Martin Amis, yep, the novelist. He would have scored you 10 points. And E is the French DJ, Martin Solveig. Very well done if you said that. Would have scored you 2 points. Best answer on the board.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, so here comes your second question. Emma and Adam, you have to win this one, but you'll get to answer it first. It concerns Christmas hits. Christmas hits, Richard.
Yeah, just going to show you the names of 5 singles that were hits around about the Christmas period and the years in which they were hits, but we've left out alternate letters from each one. Can you fill them in?
OK, thanks very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 Christmas hits, and here they are. MBOB, 1993, MRYHITA, EEYN, 1985, MSLTE, NWN, 1988, CRSMS, NMRLN, 1978, and KLIG, NTEAE, 2009. I'll read those all one last time. MBOB, 1993, MRYHITA, EEYN, 1985, MSLTE, NWN, 1988, CRSMS, NMRLN, 1978, and KLIG, NTEAE, 2009. So there we are, 5 Christmas hits. Emma and Adam, you'll go first.
What's number 4? What's number 4? Christmas in Smurfland. Oh, that's the one I had to go for, because I know all the others. I didn't know that. Yeah. OK, so we think we know all of them. The one we're going to go for is number 4, Christmas in Smurfland.
Christmas in Smurfland, say Emma and Adam. Wow, Derry and Thomas beat that. Do you fancy talking through the others?
We know all of them except Christmas in Smurfland. So from the top, it's Mr. Blobby, then Merry Christmas, everyone, Mistletoe and Wine, and then Killing in the Name at the bottom. It's going to have to be Rage Against the Machine, isn't it?
I think so. We'll go Killing in the Name.
Killing in the Name, you're going to say. Killing in the Name. So Emma and Adam said Christmas in Smurfland. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Three. No arguing with that. Well spotted, Emma and Adam. Derry and Tom have gone for Killing in the Name. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Killing in the Name. Not a bad answer, but there was no beating Christmas in Smurfland. Well done, Emma and Adam. After 2 questions, it's even again, 1-1.
Best 2 answers up there, good head-to-head this. And funnily enough, Rage Against the Machine followed up Killing in the Name with a cover version of Christmas in Smurfland. Let's take a look at the scores. You're right about all of them. Mr. Blobby, that would have scored you 35. Merry Christmas, Everyone by Shakin' Stevens, that would have scored you 57. And Mistletoe and Wine by Cliff, of course, would have scored you 83 points.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, here comes your third question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. It concerns horrible histories figures. Horrible histories figures, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to see 5 clues to historical figures now, along with the date they died. And they've all been characterised playing songs in the Horrible Histories series. Can you name the most obscure of these 5?
OK, thanks very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 horrible histories figures, and here they are. Queen of the Iceni people destroyed the capital of Roman Britain circa 60 to 61 AD. Jamaican nurse cared for British soldiers in the Crimean War, 1881. Scottish nationalist led resistance forces against Edward I, 1305. English naturalist famous for his theory of evolution, 1882. And the Egyptian queen and lover of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, 30 BC. I'll read those one last time. Queen of the Iceni people destroyed the capital of Roman Britain circa 60 to 61 AD. Jamaican nurse cared for British soldiers in the Crimean War, 1881. Scottish nationalist led resistance forces against Edward I, 1305. English naturalist famous for his theory of evolution, 1882. And the Egyptian queen and lover of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, 30 BC. There we are. 5 famous figures from horrible histories. Dewi and Tom, you will go first.
Confirm with Tom, do you think first or third?
Take it away, the first one.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Boudicca?
Boudica, you can say it how you like. Well, we'll hear how Richard thinks we should say it. But Boudicca, yep. Emma and Adam.
OK, so we know the bottom... Well, we think we know the bottom 3. So we think the Scottish nationalist is William Wallace, the English naturalist is Charles Darwin, and the Egyptian queen is Cleopatra. The Jamaican nurse one, we were talking about Florence Nightingale, but I have no reason to think that she would be Jamaican. Let's go for William Wallace.
OK, you're going to say William Wallace.
Yeah.
We have Boudica and we have William Wallace. Dewi and Tom said Boudica. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. 57. Emma and Adam have gone for William Wallace. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said William Wallace. Very well done, you were through. 27 for William Wallace. Which means, Emma and Adam, after 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, really good head-to-head. Well played, both teams there. We were taught Boudicca, weren't we? They're taught Boudica these days. The biggest scorer on the board, the Egyptian queen, is Cleopatra. Would have scored you 89. The English naturalist was Charles Darwin. I think everyone knew that. would have scored you 72. Now, the Jamaican nurse is always talked about in schools these days, which is great. It's an amazing figure. It's Mary Seacole. Mary Seacole, she would have scored you 9 points. So very well done if you said that.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid to say it's Dewi and Tom. Very strong performance throughout, but yes, I suspected when Emma and Adam got to put their heads together, they were going to be unstoppable, and so it has proved. But as I say, a very strong head-to-head round, and we'll look forward to see you again next time. Dewi and Tom, thanks very much for playing Meantime. But for Emma and Adam, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Emma and Adam. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted pointless trophy, so very well done. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £2,000. Now, I remember at the start of today's show, just before we began, you were on the first podium, and I'd said it's always tough on the first podium. And you said, oh, you're making me nervous now. And actually, you dispatched all your opponents, starting on podium 4 with Dave and David. Then we had Sandra and Erica. And then we had Tom and Derry on purpose. You've seen them off in a very systematic way. Very neat, I have to say. What would you like to see come up in this last round?
Maybe movies.
OK.
Maybe music.
OK, well, best of luck. As always, you get to choose your category from 4 options. And here are those 4 options. Moons of the Solar System, American Playwrights, Best-Selling Albums, Roaring Twenties.
It's going to have to be
Best-selling albums.
Yeah, best-selling albums, it has to be.
Best-selling albums it is. OK, Richard.
OK, we're going to ask you questions about 3 of the top 20 best-selling albums of all time in the UK. We are looking for any track from the original release of Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits. We're looking for any track from the original release of Urban Hymns by The Verve, or we're looking for any tracks on the original release of The Immaculate Collection by Madonna. So any of the tracks on the initial releases of any of those 3 albums. Very, very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. To win that jackpot, all you have to do is find just one pointless answer among those 3. Now, remember, the answers you provide can come from any of these categories, and how you spread them across the categories is entirely up to you. It could be 1 from each, 2 from one, 1 from another, or all 3 from one if you'd like. Are you ready?
Yep.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Yeah, so Urban Hymns.
I don't know Urban Hymns at all.
That's The Verve, so it's...
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm... sorry, what's
Bittersweet Symphony.
Yeah, but that's really obvious, and Drugs Don't Work.
Yeah.
But those are the only... I don't know any
Do you
of
know
the
any
other
Brothers in Arms?
tracks. Again, it's kind of somewhere in my mind. I'm thinking the Immaculate... We should go for all from one from the Immaculate
Lucky
Collection.
Star?
Yeah, Lucky Star's a good one.
Trying to think of
They're all
obvious
kind of...
ones.
Yeah, they're quite obvious. Ray of Light?
No, that's
too...
later.
That's way later, isn't it? When was the Immaculate Collection then?
80s?
80s, OK.
90s.
So Material Girl, too obvious. Holiday.
Yes, definitely on there. Struggling to think.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like Vogue and...
Yeah. What was that one? I can't think of it.
10 seconds left.
OK, so should we go for Lucky Star, Holiday, Material Girl?
Not Material Girl.
OK. Go. Really? I think...
Yeah.
OK.
OK, that's your time up. I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to give me?
OK, so we're going to go all for Immaculate Collection.
OK.
And we're going to say Lucky Star.
Lucky Star.
Vogue.
Vogue.
And... What's the last
Holiday.
one? Holiday.
And Holiday. Of those 3, quite hard to call, which would you say was your most likely to be pointless?
Probably Lucky Star.
Lucky Star.
Lucky Star will put last. Which is your least likely?
Holiday.
Vogue.
Vogue.
What did we even say? Yeah,
Vogue.
So Vogue.
OK, let's pop those up on the board in that order, and here they are. We've got Vogue, Holiday and Lucky Star. Well, very, very best of luck. Your first answer was Vogue. This is the one you decided was probably least likely to be pointless. Now, remember, only one of them has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. If you were to win it, £2,000, what would you do with your split of that, Emma?
Well, I've just bought a house. I've exchanged contracts today. So I would probably use it to buy some furniture.
Good. Furniture, always useful.
Yeah.
Adam, how about you?
Nothing as productive as that. I'd probably go on holiday, maybe to Vegas or New York.
OK. Well, very best of luck. Let's find out. Vogue, your least confident answer. Obviously, it has to be correct, then it has to be pointless for you to win. So for £2,000, let's see how many of our 100 people said Vogue. is right. $14 for Vogue. So not a pointless answer, which means you only have 2 more shots at today's jackpot. Your next answer was holiday. Again, this from the Immaculate Collection album. It has to be correct, then it has to be pointless for you to win. So let's find out for £2,000. How many people said holiday? Well, it's right. Your first answer, Vogue, took us down to 14. Your second answer, holiday, is now taking us down through the teens, 15. OK, so again, not pointless. Only 1 more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is now riding on your third and final answer, Lucky Star. This you thought was probably your best shot at a pointless answer. Let's find out. Obviously, it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. Let's see, for £2,000, how many people said Lucky Star? Well, that's 3 correct answers in this last round. Your first answer, Vogue, took us down to 14. Your second answer, holiday, took us down to 15. Well, you passed both of those with Lucky Star, single figures. Down it goes, still going 3. Well, you definitely put the right one last. Unfortunately, though, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, which I'm afraid means you don't win today's jackpot of £2,000. That rolls over onto the next show. But we've really enjoyed having you on the show. You've done fantastically well throughout the show. And you do, of course, get to take home a pointless trophy each, so very well done.
Very well played. Good to have 3 correct answers, and there's definitely some pointless answers on that Madonna album that you all know. Let's take a look at the Dire Straits ones first. This is the one that our 100 people did the best on, because there's only 2 pointless answers here. So Far Away, which is actually the opening track on Brothers in Arms, and Your Latest Trick, which they released as a single, both of those pointless. For the Verve, a lot of pointless answers on that album. Come On, One Day, Space and Time. This time as a pointless answer, you also could have had Catching the Butterfly, Neon Wilderness, and Weeping Willow. Very well done if you said any of those. And Madonna, how about this? 4 top 10 hits there. Express Yourself, Justify My Love, Live to Tell, and Open Your Heart. Rescue Me, also a pointless answer on that album. Very, very well done if you've got any of those at home. Those are ringing. If you'd had a couple of minutes, you'd have got one of those, wouldn't you? You'd have stumbled across it. Material Girl, you almost went for, would have scored you 2 points. Would actually have been your best answer.
Thanks very much, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Emma and Adam, but it's been great having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing and playing so well.
Thank you.
Well, sadly, Emma and Adam didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £3,000. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.